Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, Jon Jordan. So video today is about CryptoWars. So CryptoWars launched earlier this week and it's actually quite a different vision I think from what they originally had. So it doesn't actually run on the blockchain at all at the moment. They've just kind of released this kind of play to earn version. So play to earn as the kind of the term suggests that you play the game to kind of earn money. So a different sort of approach that they're trying. They are still using crypto in terms of paying people out. So if you win money, you can withdraw, and they're using kind of cryptocurrencies to handle that side of it. But it's not running on a blockchain at the moment, at least. But this is kind of more a video about kind of the play to earn concept, which is becoming quite popular now with blockchain games. Obviously, kind of cryptocurrencies, tokens that have value are kind of part and parcel of blockchains, because that's kind of how blockchains work. So that kind of value transfer is kind of always inherent in blockchain games, but it's interesting now, particularly more and more games are kind of having this kind of play to earn concept, and it's being represented in very, very different ways. So there is something like Axie Infinity or My Crypto Heroes have a kind of this kind of play to earn dynamic, and that's quite deeply embedded into gameplay and leveling things up, and people coming along and then buying them off you because you've kind of created value in these NFTs. Really kind of NFT based player led economies, really quite complex to kind of sort that stuff out. CryptoWars has a much kind of simpler kind of play to earn concept, and it's one that I think comes with quite a few issues. I think there's some general issues with it, the concept, and there's some specific issues with how they've implemented what they're doing. So we can see here when we kind of come into the lobby, we can see here already, the kind of cash part of it is pretty much front and center, and obviously they've launched this play to earn version, so that kind of makes sense. So you can each one of these I can potentially win $1 up to $100, but the entry fee here, the entry fee is always 60%, so I have to pay $60 to do a head-to-head game, and the winner between me and the other person I'm playing against, the winner gets $100. Obviously the loser gets nothing. That's all kind of well and good. There's lots of kind of what we call skill-based kind of real money gambling dApps that nothing to do with kind of crypto or blockchain. There's quite a lot of the famous one called Skills on mobile. There's a few other ones as well. The problem you kind of have often is more about transparency. So if I look at my results, so I'm clearly not very good at this game. I'm definitely not disputing that. But what's interesting is kind of the way that this game is set up. Is you kind of play. You've got to play your part of the game, and then then you have to wait, and at the end of the game it kind of tells you if you've won or lost. It kind of tells you what the other player's done. So you're not playing head to head in terms of I'm not attacking this other person's base. This is kind of basically a strategy game where you build up, level up some buildings, build armies, and go and attack people and get resources. And whoever gets the most resources wins. But I'm not attacking the other person's base. That we're actually attacking kind of just AI kind of bases. So that's the head to head part of it. The problem you kind of have is if I click on the first battle I did, then this is me. I got 313 points, and the person who beat me, Toast, got 382 points. Okay, so that's kind of fair enough, I suppose. We were kind of fairly close, and it was the first time I'd kind of played, or I was just learning. I'm probably still learning. I've only played 5 games. So next time round, I've got a bit better here. I've got to 441. The guy who beat me, or the person who beat me this time, has got 1,279. So initially I just thought, well, they're cheating. I mean, you've got 3 times more than me. That just sounds ridiculous. Apparently you can do this if you know what you're doing. I played again, and this time I got 614. So I'm kind of increasing, but the other players are still like miles ahead of me. So it's like more than double. And now kind of the last time I played, I think it actually went down this time. I was trying a different strategy. So no, it just went up a little bit. So trying a new strategy. And you can see every time I've played, I've got better. But this now person has got 4,127. So, the people I'm losing against are getting better faster. Let's put it that way. I'm still not entirely sure that some of these people aren't cheating somehow. I just think this is I can never see in the game how you would get to this kind of level of kind of points, because actually there's not many moving parts in this game. So unless I'm doing something horribly wrong, which very well may be the case, I can't see how you would get to this level. But that doesn't really matter. What really matters is when you kind of have this kind of play to earn scenario. Obviously, the only way this works is if people are putting money into the system for other people to win. So in this case, when I played these people, I put in $3. We both put in $3, and Crypto Hodler won $5. And the game developer gets the rake, gets the difference. So obviously now, I mean, I should say I have not put any money into this game. I got like a guest account with $5 in already, so I've just spent the developer's money. But clearly, I'm not going to put any money, even assuming this game is fair. I'm not going to put any real money into this game because I'm hopeless at it. So the problem with these sort of scenarios is if there's no matchmaking, and there's no kind of matchmaking that I can see, obviously, in terms of skill. So basically, if we were playing another game, they'd have some sort of idea of what level each player is at. So me being maybe a rubbish player, there's no point putting me against a great player because they're just going to win my money, and I'm never going to put any more money into the game. So the great player is never going to win any money because you always have to have money coming in. But if I'm going to put more money in, at some point I'm going to have to, be winning a game. And if I can't play against these players who maybe legitimately are getting 4,000 and I'm getting 700, 800 range, so I feel like it's a bit more of a battle. And I think this is, particularly for these head-to-head things, this is where the problem becomes is very quickly, the potentially weaker players with a lot of money are never going to play because they're just going to they're not having a good experience. They're losing all the time, losing all their money. And all that happens is the good players play against each other. And at the end, they work out like the top 5 players, they're kind of winning all the time. But every time they win, they drive out kind of more money coming in. They're playing to win, so they're not really going to, in the end, unless they just play amongst themselves, sort of thing. The whole thing kind of implodes, and you can kind of actually see here. So this is where you deposit money in if you want to, but $7,662, and that's what's been put in. Obviously, the developer's taking 20% of that. So we've got about, getting on for $9,000, $10,000 has been put in, but I don't think that amount's going to go up very much at all, because kind of the good players drive out the big money, which is kind of, we've seen this lots of times. When online poker started, exactly the same thing happened. Really good poker players could make loads of money by taking money off rich, bad poker players, but it just dries up because the money, it doesn't become fun to lose money all the time. So this is the kind of problem for play to earn. So I think if you're thinking about play to earn, I think that concept I don't like that concept in general, because earning means very different things if you're in somewhere like, I don't know, so if you're in Afghanistan or Pakistan, earning money is something very different to someone in the UK, like where I am, or North America. Very different. Obviously, winning $5 or losing $5 is not very much for me, but for some people in the world that could be fairly substantial sums of money. So you have to be careful about that sort of stuff. But in general, more importantly, you have to think about the economy. So where is this money coming from? Where is the money that people are earning? Where is it coming from? So it's fine if you can build an economic system where people with a lot of money, are prepared to stick it in the system and lose it over time. I mean, that's what gambling in the big sense is. People are prepared to lose money in the hope of having big wins in kind of generalized gambling, slots, that sort of randomized roulette wheels. That works really well. It also works really well if you have like advertisers. So advertisers put adverts in, and the advertising money can go into the winning pool, and that kind of works. But this head-to-head thing really, I don't think works, and it doesn't give me a good experience. And I think these are things worth thinking about as we think as more blockchain games come into this kind of play to earn sort of kind of marketing tag, which is what it is, and obviously all blockchain games can do that because there is this kind of real value attached to the things that are going on in there. So just something to bear in mind. I hope CryptoWars, this is just their first draft really of something that comes out. I think there is a better game in there, and certainly there are things I think they could do in terms of their gameplay to make this more compelling. The most obvious one, matchmaking. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we spend a lot of time playing, but often badly, blockchain games and trying to make sense of what they might mean. So if you're into blockchain games, please do subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.